So yes, that is in the first part of the book. We talk about artificial sweeteners and we talk about sugar as massive triggers. Artificial sweeteners are actually a neurotoxin, which means they can literally kill brain cells, set up dementia and failing memory and depression. So definitely a big fan of trying to get those out of the diet. Structurally, artificial sweeteners cause a weakness of the quads. So a person trying to run or do squats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the physical manifestation of them is it messes up the internal biota, the gut bacteria, especially in the small intestine. And so that's what sets up the weakness in those quad muscles. So it could manifest, somebody come in with knee pain. In fact, I've had this a lot where my cycling buddies would chew gum to keep their sinuses open while they're riding, but then they'd have knee pain. So get them off of the artificial sweeteners, and then that knee pain goes away.
Yeah, and all that gum chewing, maybe some TMJ issues too, right?
Right.
I'm curious as well, like, for being somebody with a fitness background, are there also things that I guess maybe we're doing to ourselves, maybe even correctly, like in the gym, that are also causing a lot of these issues too? And maybe we should consider, I guess, a different way of operation?
Right. And so I see it all day, every day. It's because I had an auto accident, right? Or it's because, I slipped when I was doing my clean jerks or, any of that squats. The reality is there was a muscle weakness that set that up in the first place. And so, if a person like in my early days, I was doing bench press and my right arm was always lagging behind and trying to get the bench up. Kept my max down because of that, and turned out it was because of my pec was weak because of the stomach wasn't functioning properly, and so actually it was a left-sided lag because the left stomach's the left-sided organ. So I started a supplement to help my stomach function, and I could bench more weight and more balanced and symmetrical. So every muscle has an associated gland or organ with it. So typically there's an predisposing weakness in that gland or organ that then sets up the physical, blowout of the knee, for example, or the shoulder, because there was an underlying weakness that predisposed that or set it up.
It's funny. In my early 20s, I was a personal trainer, and bench press is one of those exercises that, like, you're always kind of appalled when you see like 90% of people doing it, because they're up so high, they're actually doing a rotator cuff press and a deltoid press rather than actually activating any pectorals at all. And you're like, oh man, that is you are looking for a shoulder surgery coming soon, man. There's the number of people I've seen doing that is kind of wild.
Yes, and those muscles are tiny, right? I mean, activate the big old pec muscle as opposed to that tiny little supraspinatus or infraspinatus muscle. Yeah, for sure.